gamers, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my newest tier 10 tank, the Chieftain 25T. And I probably butchered the pronunciation, but there it is. I have the brilliant, gorgeous Reaper decal on this style on this tank because it is actually the perfect theme for the Chat because it has a 5-round autoloader with 390 alpha. It's a 105. I'll still check that. I believe it is. I don't see it. Yeah, it is. And it's got 1,950 clip damage and a 2.73 second intro clip, which is a little crazy. I thought it'd be 2.5. I thought that was like the French intro clip or whatever. That's only the 50p. Maybe some others too, but just that's what I'm familiar with. This tank is very hard. Normally on this matchup, it's tier 8. It's like, you know, Mally, a great bat chat map. I would decide to play Hill in most tanks. However, I am not most tanks. So, wait, you can see the aim time on this tank. People, this is with an IRM and a V-stab. It just, wow, it's bad. So, that's one of the, actually the hardest things about this tank is like you can't just like snapshot. You have to carefully aim, and the reload is like 34 seconds. And I have noticed that this tank has very nice camo. My camo is sitting at probably, I think, around 34% right now, and that's without fully I don't have the greatest crew in the world. It's a pretty good crew. Yeah, it's a good crew. Second time I fired there on the U100, and I was lucky that that one went in and hit the tank and pen, but that actually is slightly concerning because I got spotted. So I actually fake out. And normally after firing 2 shots, I would probably reload the clip with most autoloaders, but this is the Chat, and more than other autoloaders, more than any other tank in the game, reloads are something you really have to think about. And by the way, you can see that T69, not very good at making his paddling. You don't cross this, you do this, maybe just that at the start, but you don't do that. You also don't do this, you go all the way in the back along the woods. But there's that U100 again. I still have 3 shots, and I put one into U100 again. He's probably pretty annoyed that he's lost now, like, almost, like, 700 damage from, almost 700 damage from my, tank. Now, I actually go for the reload here, and with only 2 shots left and no other immediate potential, targets, I think that was the smart play here. But I would like to mention that I am no chat expert. I am very much trying to learn this tank. It's very challenging because it's so foreign to my playstyle. It's so patient, you have to be calculating, you have to, every decision you have to carefully think through because one mistake, as I'll show you later in this video, one mistake and it's literally all over for you in just a few seconds. I am enjoying trying to learn it though, and again, that T69 does not know what he's doing. I actually pushed forward because of this. I decided to be aggressive. I take a risky snapshot just because the reload and the whole clip thing and the lack of ammo, although currently I'm not good enough in the Chat to care about the ammo constraints, but I managed to hit the shot, I get the kill, which is really nice, 1 kill already, and I spot my main competitor in this match because there's no lights, which is why I was so aggressive spotting in the mid, and I actually spotted the 1-2-1 and is able to put a good, I will have my allies put like 900 damage into him. He's really not happy with me. Right here, you can see I was trying to get shots on the hill over here, but they're too far in, so I actually move up to this kind of position here. You'll probably see this in a ton of videos. It's really nice. And here I decided, you know what, I'm going to put a shot in. I actually missed that shot, and then there's an Astron Rex literally ruining my game here. I am very lucky I was not shot because I don't know why an Astron Rex is playing right up on a Chat. And in a chat kind of position, in a chat stage of the game, but he is, and we'll have to see whether that actually works out for him. But now I'm moving back up over in this position. It really allows you to extend vision. So I move up, I get spotted though, and then I immediately try and pull back, but I actually kind of stop. This is super risky, by the way. And I get the kill on the Lover, and I spot a phone in the back. So that was actually very worthwhile. And then I go for the reload, up to 1.3 thousand damage, 2 kills, and 2k spotting already. Like, I generally, there's a ton of spotting. This tank is an insanely good scout. If before the days of tier 10 light tanks, the Chat was the tier 10 scout, it was the tier 10 light tank, and it was used constantly in Clan Wars. And a lot of top players really miss the Chat meta, because the Chat is just really, really cool, has a distinct cool factor and skill factor that the EBR doesn't have. I'm not saying the EBR does not require skill, it requires a ton of it, but it definitely lacks the finesse of the Bat Chat, because your speed and maneuverability allow you to get away with things. So here I look for a shot on the ST2, but aiming, and the Astron gets it. And here you see I should sit right here, but I get impatient. I want to push forward. Bam! STRV, Ferdinand, K91, Ramatel, and I'm dead. Just like that. But I do get 500, almost 600 spotting at the very end, but my total 1.3 thousand damage and 2.6k spotting. So in terms of marks of excellence, it was actually a good game, which is a little crazy to me that so much of the mark comes from spotting. So I might actually be at a 1 mark or 2 mark this thing just because I keep getting so much spotting if I play carefully. So you can see there, I'm not good at this tank, and I just blew it. So if you play this tank, be very careful how you play it. And now I'm actually going to show you a game where I do a little better. But again, you'll see, I'm just too aggressive. I really need to learn this tank and get better at it. And it's a struggle. It's really a struggle. Alright, now we're on Overlord. This is a harder matchup. It's a all tier 10. And this is the same loadout. I actually swapped the loadouts to IA. I saw a great video on the bat check. I'm looking up anything I can do to get advice on that, and I haven't really played much with the IAU instead, but I have seen it, and it seems cooler, like seems like better. And here, I don't understand stuff. I think I spotted it right here. The EPR, oh, the Manticore probably had CVS and it spotted me in that bush. That is pretty frustrating. I'm still not exactly, I haven't really played much of the scout game before or after Equipment 2.0, which at this point was a while ago. It was a year ago now, more than a year ago. It's like 14 months ago now. But we're still seeing new ways, like new things that like shape and change how you can play a tank. And here I'm gonna push up. If I was in a a tank with good gun handling, I could have gotten the shot. Like maybe an STB could have gotten that shot in. And I make a mistake here. I should have shot the 50B. He was way up there. That's straight up on my fault. But I'm playing in these bushes because the key here is that you can't play in the bushes here stealthily. And here's a sentry and action tank going in the middle. I actually don't do anything to it at first because I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do and then I get caught out. But you can't play stealthy in the bushes here because they're too close if another guy's here. The same is somewhat true of here. Here though is where you can do that. So I'm just kind of waiting. Again, I'm not used to having 0 damage almost 2 minutes in the game. It's very rare for me. But again, it's a bat chat, so opportunities come when a lot of tanks, all autoloaders, but especially the bat chat, get stronger and stronger the longer the game goes on, and the fewer tanks and the fewer the fewer, the less HP each guy has. So here I decide to, I believe I put a shot right into this Centurion. I wait for it anything. I eventually put a shot in and I pull out. In many ways, and a huge shot goes in there on the Centurion from already, like, he must have been aimed and ready for that one. So, but again, I've taken more damage than I've actually dealt, and we're now almost 3 minutes in the game, and I'm still, less than 400 damage. It takes a lot to get used to not having a lot of damage in the beginning. But don't worry, I definitely do begin to improve at this. So I put a shot in the side of his turret, and I decided to stay I almost decided to stay for the kill, but I pull back, and ended up being the right play because he was behind cover. So the 3 shots left, and in my opinion, although you probably don't want to take my advice on how to play the bat chat right now, I go for the reload after I fire 3 shells sometimes, unless I have opportunities to fire more quickly. But if nothing is sizing up and I only have 2 shots left, I will reload. If I have 3 shots left, I'll just wait for those shots because the intro clip is so long. There are so many opportunities we only get to fire 1 or 2 shots safely. And here I wait, and then I miss. It was so frustrating. And you see, then I go for the reload as I pull out. Backing up. The game it's going pretty well, and we're actually, as I was saying, we're pushing through the north here, and so I'm thinking, what if I push around like this? I might be able to get shots on these guys, and there are a few unspotted tanks in there too, I believe. Actually, no, there's already unspotted. There's a lot of tanks back there, and they're all kind of congested, so I decided I'm going to be aggressive. This is a time where I need to make a play, and I need to unload a clip, and then I'll suddenly have a lot of damage. So I zoom in. The STV takes way too much damage. I was hoping to get a good clip into him, but I put one in as I go by, and I began to aim for the next one. I fire the second one, and see there I just drove by, drive-by shooting, and I just turn around as I'm driving by. Now I'm just kind of 3 shots left in the magazine, and I'm facing off this pattern. I aim in, he's behind a little bit of cover, there's a rock there. I put a shot in, there's so much concealment between us that I'm actually safe. I put 2 shots in. 3 shots in, he doesn't even spot me. There are very few times in this game where I've unspotted and I put 3 shots in, like, I do that kind of damage to someone, and now I have 2.5k damage and 1,000 spotting with 1 kill, and there's still 10,000 HP and more to go around. So you can see this is why, if you have resources, HP is a resource. You can use it. You trade HP to get damage, but and get kills. But if you trade away all your HP, you use up that resource into your one shot or close to one, then you can't use that. You can't spend that anymore when it matters at the end of the game. So here I make a huge mistake here. I sit here, I run into the leopard, I see the manicore, aim for the manicore, he's already gone again. The leopard is just aiming in. I believe I put 1 into him, and then 1 shot, and then the already kills me. 2.8k damage. If I had instead played either along this area and then tried to kind of shoot down to this, or if I had played up against here and fired down like that, I kind of went along here, but instead I just kind of stuck out in the open and died. So you know, again, the bat chat, if you're gonna play it, you have to be disciplined, you have to be cautious, you can't get over aggressive, you can't get distracted. But when you do have an insane game and you just manage to clip someone, like maybe you get a medium tank rushing you and you just instantly delete them at the start of the match, that is just so satisfying, and that feeling of maneuvering around your opponents and outplaying them in the bat chat is very awesome, and I definitely want to keep trying and getting better at this tank. I might make a follow-up video in a couple months if I feel like I'm understanding the tank more and I've got a few marks on it and stuff. We'll just have to see. The reason I got this tank more than anything though was that the be patient and like the whole waiting and not trading your HP and there not being enough room for you to play on a map and flank at the beginning is only true in 15v15. In ranked, for example, in the new 10v10 format, the bat chat is very, very good. Not as good as it used to be back in the day, but it's still very strong in ranked now, which is awesome. I'm probably going to train up and try and play it some in ranked next season, get more bonus battles on that. But lastly, in tournaments, 5v5s, 4v4s, 3v3s, 2v2s even, the formats there allow you if you think about like the fraction of your clip of HP, it's almost just shy of 2k damage, and you're in a 3v3. You shoot that, and that's almost a third, or potentially a third if they're a light comp. A third of their HP is gone like that in like 12 seconds. So it's pretty interesting like that, and so you immediately just start in, just fire off all those shots, immediately gain that advantage, and then just disengage and pull out. Also, you can trade some of your HP away, take a few hits to save your HP, save your friend's HP in their DPM tanks, and they can take them front, knowing that they basically can just finish off one tank at the very start, and then it's a 2v2 with a timer, because it's sure it's a 2v2. Potentially at a disadvantage somewhat in HP between our DPM tanks and theirs, but you have 34 seconds until the bat chat comes back and kills another tank. And potentially in that amount of time when he reloads, he'll finish off both those 2 next tanks. I am looking forward to playing the bat chat in my tournaments, and I really look forward to showing you some gameplay of that. So I hope you enjoyed today's video.